switch out the fuse on this PowerDash, because what's happening with this particular unit, because a lot of people have it, and it's a good deal on price wise, right? I'm in favor of bigger shampooers myself, but it's it's neither here or there. It's up to the individual, because some people may only have a small apartment. Sometimes it's a college dorm. Sometimes you only have a 1, 2, 3 rugs that you want to really deal with, so you don't need a big shampooer for those things. For the ones who got this guy here, yes, there have been issues with it, and we're going to cover it now. What I'm about to show you is really for the hardcore type of DIY kind of individuals, okay? And I caution, anytime you're gonna take out or work around a thermal fuse, just know what you're doing. Meaning that the fuse is designed really to prevent damage to your motor. That's the idea of all these things, like cutoff switches, Hoovers that a Hoover, if it starts to overheat, it'll shut off the vacuum systems. And then we spoke about this last week about some of the cleaners that have mechanical kind of indicators, like analog style, with a spring to let you know that you have a suction in your system. Now for shampooers, they don't have really something like that, but what they will do is let me put in a cutoff that will cut the shampooer off to, one, protect the company, because they don't want you to say that your shampoo caused a problem in my house, right? And the other side is, a lot of the times, man, when we're in the middle of doing stuff, a lot of people are going to try to finish the job. So you may run, we do that with our cars, man. There are times when we shouldn't be driving the car on something and I'm just let me see if I can make it home. Let me see if I can, okay, I got one more day. Let me see if I can get to my job today, right? And the car's making a noise or whatever, is smoking or whatever, and you push it to as far as you can get it. So that's our nature, right? We're gonna keep pushing it, right? These guys are like, man, look, don't push it, okay? I'm gonna cut it off. So let's take it apart. Let's see what the deal is. Let's see if it's something you can handle. If you can't, I totally get it. If you hear background noise, man, it's my air. I have to set up a system here like I have at the shop, because it's a quiet AC at the shop, but man, it's a lot of money. So just give me a second. All right, let's take this thing out. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I think it comes out from the back. But let me make sure I'm not feeling myself here with this bad boy, because it's been a while since I even messed with this thing. Okay, yeah, it is from the back. I don't know what I was doing. It is from the back. I knew it. Is that if you don't use them every day, you kind of forget sometimes. Okay, so from what I remember about this bad boy here, let me take this piece off also. Okay, and just give me a second also, guys. So let me open up the other screen so I can see any chat that might come through, any questions anyone may have. Okay, someone said hi. Who's that? Is that Kendall? What's up? Jillian, what's up? All right. So now, and forgive me, like I said, guys, forgive me, because while I'm actively doing these things, I may not be able to see the chats the way I would if I was just sharing screens or we're just commentating on something. But bear with me. Don't run away yet. I'm trying to see if I can open up like the chat screen so I can see things. But right now, let's just keep moving. I'm working on another screen here, and it's taking a little long to load. All right, so the problem, you have a Hoover, the motor shut off, right? Now, the motors are not the easiest to get. You may have to go on eBay, Amazon, and all that stuff to get them. But Some of us may not need a motor. Some of us may need to replace the thermal fuse, or some of us may need to just bypass it if that's your thing, okay? If you bypass it, okay, then you have to be prepared. Be very prepared. You have to pay more attention to this machine than you normally have to, okay? You have to pay a lot more attention to it than you normally would, because a lot of our devices are designed for us to have minimal kind of work, okay? I don't know whether that's good or bad. Tell me if you think that's good or bad, right? You know, the easier things come, the lazier we get as a population. All right, so let me turn the overhead cam for the other feed, and this feed right here, you guys can see everything, okay? So let's do that. I'm gonna move my keyboard out the way. Okay. All right. You can go here. Okay. So let's take it apart. Let's go. So I'm just gonna start taking a bunch of screws out. I'm starting with just this section where the brush is. Real simple to do, right? Okay. Let me turn it down this way so the other guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So while I'm doing this, right, I'm gonna share something with you guys, right? My wife sent me this this video of this guy. Oh man, I don't want to give away too much of what my wife, but she thought it was a cute video, and the guy was talking about how to you know, like, man, you can take your lady out to the most expensive restaurant, but you know, you can take her to what was it he said? I think he said you could take her to Arby's, and man, you know, it could be the best dinner she have and all this other stuff, and you could take out the trash, you could do all these things, but it has to do with the way she feels, and you have to worry about the way you make her feel and all this. And man, I'm just taking these apart, guys, while I'm doing this, so don't mind my chatter right now. And when I started listening to the video, I'm like, wait, time out. This guy's kind of setting up the fellas, right? Because you have to worry about how she feels and all that. And I said, of course we have to, you know, be concerned about our wives, the way they feel. We're going to try to do things for them. But to give guys that instruction, to me, seemed to be leading them down a road where they really, truly can't fulfill it. Because you can't control the way a person feels, you know, right? Like one person would be like, wow, you took me to this nice place. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful, right? Another person, they may be upset because you chose the wrong place. They may be upset because maybe you didn't have a reservation. You know what I mean? You don't know. Like, you're gonna take the trash out. Well, are you gonna take the trash out at this time, or you're gonna take the trash out with, you know, you're gonna wear those shoes outside, or you don't know. A person has to be responsible for the way they feel. You can do your best though to try to, you know, because we're pattern people. We look at patterns. I'm just taking these out, guys. Just give me a second. And but you can't control the way people feel, man. You can influence the best you can, but at the end of the day, you have no control over that. You can have the best intentions and people are still not happy. So I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it sounds good, fluffy advice, but you know, how many guys are not trying to actually make their, I mean, maybe there are guys like that. They don't care how their wife feels about stuff. I don't know. Maybe there are guys like that, but for the average guy, they're trying to do their best. And a lot of ladies, you don't know what's going to satisfy somebody sometimes, because you may do it and they still have an attitude. You don't know what it is. All right, so now here we go. So I took all the screws out from the bottom, but there's some hidden screws going on here, okay? So let me turn it a little bit this way, everybody can see. All right, there's some hidden screws here, okay? And one of them is under this, I believe. Let me see if my mind is still working. There's a tab here you got to push to get it out the way. Okay. The tab is this little nip right here. Okay. All right. So you kind of have to put a little pressure right there. Oh man, can you believe I forgot to wear my favorite gloves? Man, where my gloves at, bro? Where are my gloves at? I just had them. Oh, this is a newer machine. It's not dirty, but still. I'm gonna throw on my gloves, my steel gloves. You can find them in my link. If you want to support the channel, you can do it through affiliate, or you can just buy something from my store, our merch store. You can get something from Monroevacuums.com. If I don't have it on there, you can definitely get it. These are, again, I know I'm like, it sound like I'm pitching it, but these are definitely the best gloves I've had since I've been working. I've been working on machines since 2011, and I've tried just about every glove. The only other glove that was better than this was a company glove, and they didn't sell it to the public. And I wish I was able to get more. But anyway, here we go. So let's go back in here. Let's take this off too. Okay. And now, if I remember right, there's screws underneath these wheels. If this is the same unit, right? That my brain, I'm just trying to remember. So let's try to take it off. If not, then yes, it is the ones under here. So let's see. Let's see if we can get this up. Okay, let's see if my memory serves me right. All right, let's try to take this out of here. If my memory serves me right, there's one more set of screws. Okay, see, all this is ready, all this is loose, ready to go. But look at it, this snaps right off. But yep, there definitely is another set of screws. So let's go look for it. And I believe, well, no, there's actually one here. Let me see. Yep, there's one here too. Let me get this one out of here. I still have one left here. I can't see everybody yet. Can't see all the chats yet, but I will eventually see everybody. Just give me a moment while I get in the groove of things and get on the way, okay? And I'll be able to try to do my best to answer any questions that come up. All right. Holy cow, come on now. Okay, let's see. I still think there's one more. Yeah, I can feel the stress. Yeah, it's right under here. So the way we're gonna get this out, if I remember right, there's a clip. So you need a flathead screwdriver. Okay. And we're just gonna kind of, when I do it, I'll show you what I'm doing so you can see how I got it out. Okay. These are the kind of clips. So you get a flathead to, let's see that? You get a flathead to pry that out. So what you're really doing is you're getting the screwdriver, the tip of the screwdriver inside this section here. You just kind of pop it up, okay? All right? You just kind of get like that and you just pop it up, all right? Okay, so this is that. I'm gonna put this here. Let's do the other one. Let's pull it. All right. It looked like I took the screw out already. I must have been working on this before. All right, let's do this other one here. Let me get this guy out of here. It could be a pain in the butt too, man. You just have to catch it at the right angle. Yep, I got this one. All right, so there's a second one here. Okay, pull this out. Okay, and then we have it right here. Okay, now are we all together? Or everybody's happy? Everybody is happy. All the screws are out. Bum 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 bum. All right, look like everybody's out. All right, so we should be able to get this guy off. Right, let's do it. Let's see. And if we're not off, then something else is wrong. So we're gonna figure it out. Come on, stop acting up. Okay, where are we missing? This shouldn't be giving me this much stress. Hold on. I'm missing somebody. Somebody is missing. Somebody is still acting up. You know, that kid in class, there's somebody is still acting up. Where are you? Where are you? Where am I missing? Where am I missing, man? Or maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just being weak today. Oh, I see him. I see him. It's right in here. Holy cow, how did I miss that guy? It's right in there. At the very top, right above that duck area. Or below the duck area. All right. The magnet's not working. No biggie. All right, it'll fall out. Okay? It'll fall out. It should come right off now. There you go. Fantastic. I almost fell. Damn chair. My chair went from under me. Okay, so this is the motor. Okay, so this is what you be looking for. Okay, you got to be careful not to even though they may list it online as a Hoover motor or whatever. If you don't have a drive shaft, then don't buy it. Okay, you need a drive shaft. All right. The next thing you're gonna look for, because I was one of my videos was about the power switch, and sometimes the power switch doesn't turn on. Okay, I'm doing my best to try to communicate two different angles here, so just bear with me. But here's your power switch. You can't just throw any motor in here, by the way, just any motor. They're designed to fit a certain way inside this cavity. Okay, so you definitely want to get this motor, okay, this exact motor here to fit. Now I swear there might be another motor out there somewhere in the space that that would allow you to fit it in here. Just make sure that the motor fits. That's really all it is. And when you get replacement motors, you got to have these little ducts here for your shampoo motors, okay? All right. And you know what I have a feeling it is for? First I thought it was like for like reducing the suction, but it could also be for the liquid that you may accidentally pick up with the motor and it zings it out. It kind of fling it out. It could be that too. I may need to look into that. I never really explored it much, but these holes in the shampoo motors, they all come with them. Okay, it might have to do with the suction. All right, because I guess shampoo suction really, you don't need vacuum suction like a vacuum maybe, but it also could be for the water. I'm just using common sense to kind of figure this out. It might be for any water that might accidentally get sucked into your motor. You can zing it out and it don't stay and kind of rust everything out. So that could be it. All right, anyway guys, let's keep it rocking and rolling, okay? So here you go. So you got your fuse, you got it out. All right, not your fuse, but your motor. Let's see how it's hooked up. So down here in this section here, you have your power switch. Okay, this little section right here is a power switch next to the red. All right, and if let's say you're having a problem with your on and off switch, right? And nothing is broken, like the ends are not broken, these ends here, okay? It could just be that the switch is not like, it's not secured inside of this area, because all this switch is doing is hitting up like this, hitting your on and off switch. So let me take it out real quick so you can see what I'm talking about, okay? Come on. Get out of here. Now, understand this, guys. Everything I'm doing here is a suggestion for, mostly it's for people in a bind. When you do hacks, they're normally when you're in a bind. Hacks are not really designed for you to kind of have it like that for the rest. Okay? But if you notice, it's at the bottom. The switch, the on and off clicker here is facing down. And the power switch has a little thing at the bottom. Oh my gosh. I'm just not doing a good job with my visuals here. The power switch, so when you press down, like that. It's doing this. So what it's doing when you press down, it's really just going click, click, click. That's what it's doing for you. It's just turning off and on. Now take a look at the line. Okay, so what I like about this is that it's very simple. There's no circuit boards. There's no nothing else other than this. The only extra thing they added was this fuse right here. See that? This fuse right here. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn this thing on, and then we're gonna bypass the fuse, and we're gonna turn it on again to see if it can work without the fuse. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna nestle this like right in where it's supposed to be. This way, the chances of this zinging all over the place is less. I'm gonna have it kind of, that's what all this rubber gasket is for, to keep it from jerking left and right, okay? And let's plug it in. Okay, we're gonna take this off, right? Let's plug it in, and just let's know that we have power. Am I off? Yes, I'm off. Power switch is off. All right. Okay. And I'm gonna use this to just hold it down for the video. we don't want, just in case. All right, turn it on. All right, so we have power. So this fuse is doing its job. All right. Now, what happened though if let me unplug. What happened if we bypass the fuse? If you notice what they did here, right? I'm still trying to get access to my other chat, but I can't see. Anyway, fine. I'm not gonna worry about that. If I can see people here, I feel good about it. Hey folks, happy to see you guys. All right. Okay. If I bypass the chat, if you notice, they've already connected the main line from the motor to the fuse with this here. See that? So what would happen if we ran a main line just straight to this? What would happen is you're gonna lose the ability for your machine to shut off if it start to there's a burn. Maybe you got water in your machine, and because you got water in it, it start to act funny. It's making noises, it's making burning noise. This guy is designed, if it overheats, it's gonna shut everything down for you, okay? Not all, listen, old Hoover shampooers didn't have this, very old guys. Some did. Hoover Power Scrub has one of these, okay? Hoover vacuum uprights have these. Okay, right in the back panel, in the back of the Hoover upright, there's a fuse there. Sometimes the Hoover will cut off as a result. So can we operate it without this, right? Because if the fuse is regulating power and all that stuff, then that's a different story. But if the fuse is just measuring, the amount of current that's being pulled from the vacuum, okay, and it's saying this is too much, let me shut it off. Like, oh my gosh, my son called me today about the breaker. The upstairs lights went out. And I'm like, well, shit, I paid my light bill, right? I had to verify with him, how's the rest of the house? I was like, I know I pay my light bill. It comes out automatic, right? But, so that's the first thing I checked. I'm sure you do the same thing, right? It's like, hey, And then I realized that the fuse was tripped. Okay, so here we go. So a fuse tripping helps prevent fires and all that stuff. So that you understand the rationale behind it. But here we go. I'm taking this off. Okay. All right. And I don't want to destroy this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull this from here. And I'm just gonna put it to the side. I don't want to mess with it, right? Right. So you would have thought that because this is my what I was gonna talk about, I would have it ready. Of course not, because I was rushing. So, hold on. I'm going to take it from something else. I'm going to take it from something else. I'm going to take it from one of these. I've been working on some backpacks, and I'm just going to borrow one of these. Let me see which one I can borrow from. These are all males. I'll borrow the white. So I'm gonna cut this only because it's longer right now, and I just wanna. I don't want to mess with too much. So I'm gonna cut this off. Cut this off. Okay. I'm gonna get my little wire stripper. I hope I didn't take everything to the shop, man. I hope I still have my my twisties. Oh my gosh, I hope I have everything here. All right, so let's do this. Yeah, man. So that thing about the feeling thing, I was like, I know this guy, you know, it sounds all good and fluffy and everything. I said, but man, no one can truly control how you feel, man. You can't legislate feelings and all that stuff. I can't be in charge of anybody's feeling. Of course, it's your spouse and you want them to be happy and all that. So you're gonna pay more attention to it. But dude, if any one of you guys are school-age kids, and you know, I know they talk about bullying and bullying is bad and everything else, but man, don't give anybody power over your feelings, bro. Okay? Because once people can tap into that, because spouses can do that, right? But strangers or just random people on the street, friends, whatever, and they call you a name or whatever, it's like, you know, come on. Don't let people, and we're being almost trained to believe that other people are in charge of our feelings. It's like, get out of here with that stuff. Get out of here. You know, like those New York guys, right? Get out of here. Nah, man. Nah, man, you're in charge of that, bro. Don't give nobody that kind of power. I'm gonna make Wayne feel good today. I'm gonna make Wayne feel bad today. It's like, nah, dude. No, you don't have that kind of power over me. All right, here we go. So, I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna close this up. I just closed it up. So now we have this, right? This little extra length right here, right? So all I'm gonna do, man, it's not even long enough. Damn. I should have made it long enough. I didn't make it long enough. What the hell? What the hell was that? Come on, Wayne. It's not long enough. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just tripping right now. Hold on, let me see. Maybe I'm just tripping. Okay. So now we're gonna connect it to this. We're gonna connect it to the power switch, okay? All right. So the way I'm gonna do that right now, because I'm looking for a female. You know what I mean by female? You got one prawn that sticks out like this, and then you have another prawn that receives male, female, female, male, right? So, but what's good about it, they have holes in these. So for now, let me just stick it through the hole for now. And then I'm gonna kind of wrap it around like that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do one better. Can I do one better? No, I took all my stuff to the shop, man. Anyway, it's still gonna work. Let's go for it. You ready? So we're gonna plug it in. I'm gonna cover it like I did before to make sure my motor don't zing out of control. And I'm gonna turn this on because I have a connection, okay? So let's try this, all right? So for those who want to try something, to save their PowerDash before they go buy something else, let me make sure it's off, by the way. Okay, it's off. Let's see if we still have power, okay? Ready? Let's do it. Fantastic. So, what did we learn? What you learn is that, okay, So to give power to the unit, you don't need this, right? You don't need that part. Most motors, unless the carbon brush is busted, the commutator is messed up. Let me unplug this bad boy because I want to kind of show you what I'm talking about. All right. Okay. See now this part here. This is the carbon brushes here. 1 and 2. These two things on the side. 1, 2, right? And then commutator is the part that it touches. It touches the there's a little copper on the inside here. Little copper deal here. Oh my gosh. You can see it right there. Okay, that's the commutator, right? Unless those things are messed up or some mystery wiring, copper, something got disconnected somehow, some way, somehow, motors should still function. Okay? Motors should still. The way I test my motors sometimes is I would let me show you if I have one right now. Let me show you how I test my motor. Okay? Now you don't have to do this, but I made myself a rig. Okay? I made myself a rig, right? This is another hack. Some of you guys who, if you've been here before, you know what I'm talking about. So, Turkey, hey! Is that Turkey or Tokyo? I can't see, my eyes are screwed up, guys. So, damn it. How's that? I'm gonna try my glasses. Turkey. Sounds like Turkey. It looks like Turkey. Turkiye. I'll work with that. Hey, what's up? What's up, Ada? And what's up, Mrs. Pretty? Miss Pretty, what a name. All right, I'll work with that. Who's not pretty? We're all pretty, okay? All right. Hello from Atlanta. Hello from Atlanta. Atlanta's just down the road from me, okay? Atlanta is like 4 hours away. I have a sister-in-law lives in Atlanta, and is it Laurasville? No, wait. Damn it. It's near Jacksonville. Lawrenceville? I think it's Lawrenceville. I think that's the name. Is there a Lawrenceville in Atlanta? Somebody tell me. I think it's. Do I have to check? Do I have to check on my computer? Miss Pretty, is there a Lawrenceville in Atlanta? Lawrenceville. Lawrenceville. I believe it is. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Lawrenceville in Atlanta. And actually, I need to visit, man. You know, I need to go to the beach. So, anyway, back to this guy. Okay, I unplugged him. So a lot of people have been having problems with these machines. So this is a kind of a hack that you can kind of bypass if necessary, but it's at your own risk because again, you have to be very mindful of everything that's going on. It's just like removing your. I'm gonna give you a hack. All right, just try it at your own risk. Now, it's just like removing. Oh my gosh, coño. It's like removing your floater. If you remove your floater from your shampooer, it will allow you to have more water in it. Okay? It would allow you to have more water. This big ass shampoo tank only holds this much water at the bottom. That's all the water you can pick up at a time. Right here. This little bit, itty bitty little bit of water. If you go above this, you risk water getting into your motor. But the motor line is right here, all the way up top. See that? Like, let me show you. Let me show you what happens to the floater. It goes like this, and it covers that little opening. There's an opening at the very top that it covers. Okay? Same thing here. Let me do it. Let me do it over here. Let me see if I can do it at this angle. Oh my gosh. It's an upside down camera thing, so forgive me. Okay? But if you look on the inside of this tank, here you go, almost there. And you see that opening? That at the very top, that's what it's covering. Okay? So without the floater, You have to be very mindful of when you're going back and forth shampooing that carpet, because if you kind of slash it back, like really, like if you do it like you're vacuuming, the water's gonna go splish, splash, splish, splash, splish. So some of that water might end up in that section and may get sucked into the motor. So the floater is designed to cut that off, because what they're thinking is that you guys are not gonna stop. You're gonna keep going all the way until this tank is full, and you're gonna end up with water sucking into your motor. Okay? So they put a floater to stop you. But if you're the kind of person that says, look, I can't deal with just this much water being filled in. I gotta. How many times you want me to go to the outside or to the commode or whatever to dump this? I gotta do it 10 times every time I shampoo. I want to do it 5 times. So I want at least another layer up here. So what you need to do if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna remove the floater, is you need to mark a line where you know that at that line, I'm stopping. And then you're gonna have to shampoo very slow. Go forward, come back, nice and easy. No jerky moves, because you don't want that water to splash into your tank. You got me? And it can still splash even with the floater, because if the floater is down here, and even let's say the water is just, let's say the water is halfway, right here. Let's say the water's right here. Okay, the water's right here. You can still jerk it, or you can tilt it by accident, and the water can still make its way into your motor and mess everything up. So either way, there's a risk. There's a risk either way. Okay, so if someone is brave enough to want to remove their thing, that's fine. Now, guess what Hoover did? They made it so it's hard to get in here. Bissell, you can open up and you can take the floater out on the Bissell. At the bottom, they have this little opening and you can pull it right out. But Hoover's is tough. Now, this is where you pour it. But me, knowing who I am, man, I can cut that shit. I can cut the top of that floater. I'll get a Dremel or something, and I'll go inside and I'll just like cut this and cut that thing off. So at least the floater is not gonna go all the way up and mess up my whole gig. Let me see something. Can you even get this out? Now I'm curious, because I'm like, if Bissell made it so you can take theirs out, I can't see Hoover being outdone by Bissell and not giving you guys a chance to do it either. Let me see something. Can I do it? It looked like it's possible, Let me try it. I might break it, but let's see. Guess what? If I break it, right, I'll put this for sale. If I break it, I'm gonna put the motor for sale, because I can't use the damn thing anymore. Oh, I can just buy another tank, but we'll see. All right, let me try it. Let's see. What am I looking at here? Ooh, okay. Ah, I think you can. I think you can remove it. Okay, wait. I never tried it before. Okay, now if you let me let you see what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Okay, I'm sticking my screwdriver in this section here, and I'm gonna pry it, right? And then I'm sticking another screwdriver in this other section. I'm gonna pry it, and then I'm gonna try to slide them right off at the same time. So I need 2 screwdrivers. Okay, let's see if we can make it work. All right, hold on. I need 2 flatheads. 2 flatheads. Okay. Damn it. Okay, wait. I got some over here. I moved my screwdrivers because it was too far for me to reach. Okay, so I'm gonna try one first. Hold on. I'm gonna try this side first, and then I'm gonna hold it in place. Right? I'm gonna hold it in place, and then I'm gonna try this side. And I gotta hold him in place, and then see if I can. Let's see. It slides right off. Then, oh shit. They sealed the damn thing. It's still sealed up top. So why even do this? All right. Anyway, all right. Let me see if there's another way in. Because you know why I thought there was another way in? Because look at this clip. Why create this little clip thing that you have to unlock? This little section right here, where you have to unlock something, like you can slide something in and pull it out. Man, look. Give me a second. I'm gonna figure this damn thing out. Man, if they seal this off, they may have sealed this off. Yes, they did. Look, this is sealed off. This is some kind of a sealant. Maybe heat. Maybe heat or some kind of glue. See that? You can see it runs around the whole thing. It's like a gluey, sticky thing to seal everything off. I think that's what happened. See that? This whole, damn it, how far is my camera? All right, you see that? This whole thing is sealed off. All right. But yeah, you can still get something in here, and you can just, you can get this guy out the way if you wanted to. Okay, but if you do something like that, you're gonna have to absolutely mark. You're gonna have to put a like even just a long marker around the whole thing. You know what I would do? I would put it right where this is. You see the top of this? I would put it right here. I'll put my marker right there, right around this area where the top of that divider is right there. And even if yeah, that's what I would do. Okay, if the floater is a problem for you, that's what I would do, personally. Okay. Anyway, that's just a little tip if you decide to use it. But just like I said, be careful, be mindful that these things are really originally designed to protect you from yourself. Okay. So it's going to be easy for me to put that back together. But guys, a lot of the time, that's all it is. Okay, if you look, you see how simple these machines are. I mean, the smaller ones are the simpler ones. You know, like the Hoover and the Bissell. What is that called? PowerDash? Not PowerDash. Oh man, I can see it in my head. The Mini Bissell. How's that? The Mini Bissell is a lot simpler than the smartwash. No, the smartwash is Hoover. Than the Revolution Pet Pro or the Bissell 2X or whatever. It's a simple setup. So this PowerDash is also a simple setup. So if you are thinking of like, okay, can I mess with it myself? It's a simple setup. You should be able to. If you're mechanically inclined enough to do unscrewing stuff, you can do this. Okay, right? If you have to. If you don't have to, don't worry about it. All right. So and all it is the white wires, the red wire. I mean, the white, the black, and the green. The green is just the ground. It's just it just goes right here in this little screw area. No big deal. And as you can see, the black was the only one that they had this connection to because it was connecting the fuse. Okay. All right. So guys, that's really it. That's it. That's it. I have one more thing I wanted to share with you guys before you go. Anyone who has a Dyson, I know it's not in the title, but it was a part of me messing around this week, and I was like, oh man, it'll be cool. I could share this with the guys on Saturday. People that have Dysons and they, you're stumped and you're like, man, what the hell do I do, man? You can check this out and tell me what you think. Okay, so I'm putting all this stuff back. I'm gonna end up putting all this stuff back, and yeah. But I have to reconnect this. I'm gonna have to take this off. I'm unplugged. Yes, I am. Take this off. Put this back in, and then I'm gonna reconnect this with the original wire, and then I'm done. All right. Let me see if there's any questions I can answer. If there's any question that someone asked, if no one asks a question, then I don't know. Let me check my other chat area. What do I have here? Does anyone ask a question that I need to answer? Before I go, guys, because you have me here for a couple of seconds, so if you have a question about a vacuum, even if it's not the one I'm talking about, or it could be something totally different, maybe if I have the answer, I can give it to you. All right? Let me check this guy here, man. Damn it. You know what? Let me use this computer. Sometimes these computers, they act like a Bianca. Okay, working here, watching the best vacuum repair. Man, Sydney, what's up, bro? Stay positive. Yes, sir. Stay positive. Because, how's this one? Sydney, thank you for that, Sydney, by the way. How's this one? You got two ways to handle a situation. Okay? I can handle it positive or negative. That's it. That's it. Okay? This idea of I'm going to be neutral about the situation, there's no neutral, because I'm either going to approach the problem with a positive attitude about the outcome, with creativity just popping in my brain because I'm optimistic. I am looking for solutions, right? Or I'm negative. It's not going to work. Nothing I try is going to work. So even if a solution comes to you, you don't think it's going to work anyway. You don't even have the will to try. So when I say stay positive, man, if you have those two things to work with, I'm going to go positive. Now, the negative got to come with me, though. He has to be right here. He's not driving the ship. The negativity has to come with me. Here's why. I'm going to tell you why. Remember when I told you about taking this thing off? This is negativity. This warning thing here is negativity. The breaker is negativity. What do I mean by that? Well, okay. Just imagine our primitive selves going about our business, right? I'm from Antigua, Carlos. You're from Brazil, right? So imagine the people way before us. I'm talking thousands of years ago, right? And they're trying to survive, right? And you got some bushes on the side, right? You have the absolute positive guy and an absolute negative guy, and you have a guy that says, I'm positive, but I have my negative guy right here, just whispering in my ear once in a while, right? Absolute positive said, okay, I'm gonna run into the bushes and see what's going on, right? He runs in and he doesn't come out. That guy is not gonna be around for the village, right? The other guy's negative. He never investigates what's in the bush. He's like, I'm not going there. I'm not trying that. No way. I don't know. There's something moving in there. I'm not going. All right, great. The one in the middle says, yeah, you're right. I think there's something in the bushes. But that guy is right. We should go see what the hell's going on, because it could be some animal that if we turn our backs, he'll come at us at night. Or it could be food. So what do? Okay, let's throw something in the bushes, right? Let's get a cutlass and let's clear away and see what's in there, you know. So I'm going to be cautious, and that's how you drive with a positive energy, but you still have that negative thing in the night. Yeah, you never know. Let me just be a little. Let me make sure I put this in place before I start, or let me make sure I do this before we do it, or let me make sure we get some extra water before we go on the trip. Negative is not going to go on the trip. Positive will leave and say, oh man, I can go on this trip. Let's go. And he'll start running without his water, without backup, without any information. He don't know what the hell he's going. And a lot of those people say, oh, we're going to live free. Let's just live free and go on. No, you need both of those energies, but you have to lead with positivity. And that's how I look at it. It's not Pollyanna. I'm not just talking about the roses, you know, everything is great, we're being positive. I'm talking about problem solving, kiddo. And it's like, man, if you're gonna problem solve, you're gonna have to have a positive attitude about solving this problem. But be aware, be cautious, you know, and that's what I mean. So when guys hear me say stay positive, don't think I'm just saying be blind and loosey-goosey. I am not that guy. Okay, only when I'm trying to rush in to get to you guys, I'm like, oh shit, I don't got everything together. Damn, hurry up. Come on, we gotta get to the show. Last thing, I'm gonna change I'm gonna change my live time from 1 o'clock during the week because it's hard to do live while I'm in the shop. I try to do it at an hour where I normally don't have a lot of traffic, and it seems like it's becoming harder to do it at 1 o'clock. So I may end up moving my live to like 6:30, 7 in the evening. I'm still pondering it, and I may move this one to 4 o'clock because I close my shop at 2, and 3 o'clock is playing it too close. So anyway, we'll see what it does. Guys, thanks a lot. Those of you who want to support the channel, you can either pick up a glove for my affiliate link, pick up my favorite gloves, my steel gloves, or you can get parts from my shop, or you can get a t-shirt from our store. Thanks a lot, folks. You guys are the best. I'll see you later. Bye.